First off, I'd like to say all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to show this video here. You know, it's a bit more light-hearted, but, you know, everything can be filtered through the scriptures, you know. So, you know, we're always being constantly pursued by misery, you know. You're constantly in the house of sorrows, you know. So sometimes it's good to, you know, see, not necessarily be in a house of mirth, but just something to put things into perspective. And I saw this here, and you know, everything about this dude just screamed Jake, you know. So it seems like, you know, we're trying to make light of it, but we're not. But it's just, you know, how it is and how the man is. It's quite humorous. But yeah, I'll play the video.
Greensboro. Remember them days when those big wheels got me a hot dog? They'll sock it to me. Yes, sir. That was so funny.
You see that? You see that? That was the whole. I'm trying to chill and you're trying to bother me on my day off type of attitude. I'm gonna play this.
You need my help? Yes, sir. What can I help you with?
This dude, man, you got to fight with this dude, man. He's in the girl house. I'm gonna leave. And
you came over here?
Yeah.
He's still at your girl house?
Yeah.
Why ain't you over there? You should still be fighting him.
Nah, he's too big, man.
He too big. Ain't no such thing as too big, fella.
Too big, man.
Don't punk out. This your lady, right?
I tried, yeah.
This your lady?
Yeah.
You want me to go back over there with you?
Yeah.
I'll make sure it's a fair fight, but you can't let no dude kick you out of the house. Let me just tell you that.
Nah, you see? He's not in the spirit of going to arrest anyone or trying. He's just like, you know what, I'm going to stand and make sure you two can duke it out and it's a fair fight. Now, anybody else to say, you know, he's not keeping to the law, but you know, the whole point of being police, they were meant to be peacekeepers. They were meant to make sure that people were peaceable. They weren't really supposed to go and enforce any law necessarily. They were just supposed to make sure that things were fair and equitable and people kept to their end of the contracts. But people completely have taken the meaning of what police used to be and have just run away with it. Now I'm talking about specifically in England, because that's what the police was for in England. They were just supposed to keep contracts and keep the peace, you know. Obviously in America it's a totally different society and culture, you know, that they were started from slave patrols, but it's still the fact of that was their real job as far as them dealing with other white people. You know, they kept their laws and they kept their rights. They kept white people's rights. And the whole point of calling the police to a situation where two white people would be, they basically tried to keep the peace between both of them. And if they could help it, they wouldn't arrest them. Now, when the police is dealing with Jake, he comes down as a hammer. But you can see clearly that this dude, he's got the spirit of Jake on him, because he pretty much chilling the cut. Now he's working for that side, but his spirit is still that of a Jake. Because if that was he'd have hopped out the car, tasering and shooting people, trying to arrest everybody over a little situation. And this is why you're supposed to stay away from the police, because you know they'll take a situation where it can be dealt with amicably and they'll blow it up and they'll blow it out and people be arrested. And they're charging you and they're fining you and they're taking your money and coming into your home and searching you and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, just...
Hey man, you didn't try hard enough, alright? Alright. Come on. I got a call with you.
There you go right there. There you go right there.
You talking about this dude standing on the hill?
Yeah, that dude.
With no shirt on?
Yeah, him.
The one with all the muscles?
Yes, him. That dude right there.
They ain't shut his gym down, obviously. What you fighting with him for?
Yeah, my girl crib, man. She wouldn't leave, man.
He at your girl crib?
Yeah, man.
You might better find a new girl. You love her?
Yeah.
No, she don't love you. She don't love you. You need to get out of here.
Come on, man.
No, I'm finna get out of here. You need to get out of here.
Let me ride with you, man.
Ride with me?
Yeah.
No, you can't ride with me.
Let me ride with you, man.
No, you can't get in here. Why did you come over here in the first place?
The police, man. I need your help.
Yeah, I'm the police. You know what? And I'm finna leave. You need to call for some help. Ain't you got cousins?
They don't live here, man. Come on, man.
They don't live here?
No.
Okay, yeah, you get in the back, man. Hold on, you dropped something. Get out of here. What's wrong with this dude, man?
Nah, you know that was a Jake. You know it's 144. That's all spiritual, but that's definitely a Jake spirit. And you have to go to extremes to get Jake to flip out. So you see a situation where Jake is just wilding out. He's either not in his right mind or something actually, you know, worth being angry and upset over about has happened. You know, and we see here in Genesis 49:9, Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rise him up? Because that's all Jake want to do, man. Jake just want to chill with his girl, you know, have a little, you know, a little weed, a little liquor. Got his money, might have his job, or doing hustling on the side or whatever. Jake is chill, man. Jake ain't about, you know, beefing and causing problems to people, man. Even Jake that's bugged out of their mind, man. They just want to go to work, come home, eat their food, watch TV for 6 hours and then go sleep, you know. But Esau just does the most. So when it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and they try to make it seem as if, you know, Jake is, I don't know, they try to make it seem as if Jake is the one that's pursuing everybody, but we all know who's been pursuing everybody, so it doesn't even make any sense when they try to make it seem as if having dark skin is a curse, because it just doesn't even fit the narrative of the scriptures. It's pretty clear who is, you know, the wicked of the earth. We go to Amos 1:1, Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Most High, Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Now, you know, the scriptures say you're supposed to be as a child. You know, you're supposed to have that kind of childlike state, but have the knowledge of a man, you know, but you have the maliciousness of a child, because children, they get into arguments, and, you know, next minute they're playing together. They don't really keep grudges and hold grudges. That's how you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to hold grudges, but as far as knowledge is concerned, you're supposed to have the knowledge of a man. You're supposed to be able to discern, you know, your right hand from your left hand. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much the whole point for us to go through all of this stuff, to understand goodness and wickedness. Because, you know, when Adam was in the garden, you know, he didn't understand anything on the left side. He just, everything was all good for him. He just understood what was right. He didn't know what was wrong. And the serpent did lie, but at the same time, you know, he pretty much put it to Eve of, if you want to be as gods, you know, you eat from this tree and you will be able to discern right from wrong, because that's what the Most High is. And the Most High is a perfect balance of good and evil, you know, because he makes light and he makes darkness, you know, he makes alive and he kills, you know, that's perfect balance. And to be able to understand and to be as gods, which was what the Most High intended for man to be, you know, just because he said you are just below gods, or years as the angels, you know, that we were made in the image of the Most High. So we're supposed to be able to discern right from wrong, and we would have never been able to do that without going through all of these afflictions, you know. And everybody who's going to be able to go from this to the kingdom intact without dying, they're going to understand how it's like to be godly, because they're going to understand right from wrong and see how a kingdom is run, and see how a kingdom is not supposed to run. Because you can see from how this society is that this isn't a society built on righteousness. This isn't a society built on balance. You know, everything is just absolutely crazy. Like everything is just upside down. You know, people tell you what's right, and they're not even doing the same things that they claim is right. You know, this society is full of a lot of hypocrisy. You know, certain times people will tell me to do something, and I'm looking at them like, you're telling me to do this way, and you don't even do this way. You know, do you know what I mean? It's like you go and say you're getting a lift from somebody, you jump into their car, and they're like, you know, don't throw trash on you know, on the floor or whatever, and then you look all around their car and there's trash all over their car. Now, obviously, it's within their right to say, don't trash my car, but you're going to look at them and say, you know, this guy is kind of bugged out, because you're trashing your own stuff, and yet you're telling me not to trash your stuff. So you don't respect your own damn self, and you expect me to respect you? And that's pretty much how Jake is in this world. You know, Jake don't really have any respect for himself, because if he did, he wouldn't be going around selling drugs in this community and pimping his women and slapping his women and abusing his women and creating all this chaos in the society, but yet he expects respect from Edom. But you can pretty much see from, you know, the attitude of that Jake, that's Jake all over, man. Jake, even though Jake is bugged out, he's still calm. Even when Jake is bugged out, because you can see he's bugged out because, you know, he's in them slave patrol clothes. But you can still see he's a Jake, even though he's bugged out. And even when Esau pretends to be normal and humble and virtuous, you can see he's like a viper with that poison dripping out his teeth, because you know in an instant he'll turn on you. You know, I just pretty much wanted to show that and hope, you know, it edifies, might make somebody laugh. You know, it's not really their intention, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, the word is balanced, so you get a whole bunch of sorrow, and sometimes you might see something that edifies and makes you laugh at the same time. I personally found it funny. But yeah, I'm going to leave off with that. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai.